For more than 100 years, Boeing has stood as the face of American aviation, crafting not just airplanes but the very concept of global connection and progress. From its humble beginnings in a small Seattle boathouse, Boeing grew into a symbol of American ingenuity, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of the skies. From fragile wooden biplanes to the dawn of the jet age, Boeing's groundbreaking innovations, like the 707, which shrank the world, and the iconic 747, the Queen of the Skies, revolutionized air travel. These aircraft didn't just move people, they inspired dreams, and became enduring symbols of American ambition and technological leadership. Boeing's planes became the backbone of both commercial airlines and the U.S. military. Legendary models like the B-52 bomber and the F-15 fighter jet have shaped global air power for generations, serving in conflicts and peacekeeping missions, and helping to define America's role on the world stage. But Boeing's reach soared even higher, into space. The company played a crucial role in the Apollo program, helped develop satellite technology, and contributed to spacecraft that expanded humanity's horizons, cementing its place at the heart of America's technological rise and exploration. Boeing's reputation for reliability and excellence made it a trusted partner to airlines, governments, and communities around the globe. Its workforce supported local economies, volunteered in neighborhoods, and helped drive economic growth, making Boeing a pillar of American industry and a source of national pride. Yet today, Boeing's once unshakable legacy faces unprecedented challenges. A series of crises and setbacks have cast doubt on its future, raising urgent questions about the direction of American industry and the company's place in a rapidly changing, competitive world. The turbulence facing Boeing is more than just a corporate crisis. It's a test of American industrial leadership, innovation, and the values that have defined the nation's progress for generations. Boeing's once sterling reputation has been rocked by a series of high-profile crises, shaking the very foundation of the company's legacy in aviation. The most devastating were the two deadly 737 MAX crashes, which tragically claimed the lives of 346 people and sent shockwaves through the industry and the public. Investigations uncovered not only a deeply flawed flight control system, but also a corporate culture that seemed to prioritize profits and production speed over the safety of passengers and crew, eroding trust that had been built over decades. Whistleblowers came forward, describing a company where safety concerns were routinely sidelined and where relentless production pressures often compromised the quality of the aircraft being built. The fallout wasn't limited to commercial jets. Boeing's defense projects, such as the KC-46 tanker, also suffered from significant delays, technical issues, and ballooning costs, further damaging the company's reputation. More recently, a mid-air incident involving an Alaska Airlines 737 MAX reignited public fears, making it clear that quality control and safety issues continue to haunt Boeing's operations. Despite leadership shakeups and high-profile congressional hearings, efforts to restore confidence have so far fallen short, leaving many questions unanswered. Customers, airlines, and regulators now openly question whether Boeing can consistently deliver safe, reliable products, or if deeper changes are needed within the company. The company's struggle is no longer just technical, it's existential, as Boeing faces a critical test of its values, leadership, and future in the global aviation industry. For decades, Europe depended on American AP-3S military hardware, with U.S. fighter jets and defense systems forming the backbone of many European air forces. The Stars and Stripes were a familiar sight on runways from Germany to Italy, symbolizing a transatlantic alliance that shaped the continent's security landscape. But that era is fading, as the world changes and new priorities emerge for European nations. Rising costs, strict export conditions, and growing political uncertainty are pushing European governments to seek alternatives that better fit their needs and values. The F-35 remains a technological marvel, boasting stealth, advanced sensors, and networked warfare capabilities that few can match. But options like Sweden's Saab Gripen, known for its cost-effectiveness and ease of maintenance, and France's Rafale, prized for its versatility and operational independence, are gaining ground for their affordability and the freedom they offer from foreign restrictions. Choosing a fighter jet is now as much about politics, sovereignty, and industrial strategy as it is about raw performance or firepower. European leaders want greater control over their defense assets aiming to reduce reliance on outside powers and strengthen their own decision-making. They also see the economic benefits of nurturing a homegrown defense industry, creating jobs and fostering innovation across the continent. Joint projects like the Future Combat Air System, a collaboration between France, Germany, and Spain, signal a bold move toward European defense autonomy and technological leadership. This shift isn't just about jets, it's about building a self-reliant Europe capable of defending its interests in an unpredictable world. As American foreign policy grows less predictable and global threats evolve, Europe is hedging its bets, determined to chart its own course. The continent is preparing to stand on its own in matters of security, forging a new path beyond the stars and stripes. At the heart of Europe's pivot is a question of trust, not just in hardware but in American intentions. The F-35's advanced systems are managed by the U.S., fueling fears of data access or remote control in a crisis. Even if these concerns are dismissed by officials, the perception of a kill switch lingers. Political shifts in the U.S. have made European leaders wary of overdependence. Strategic autonomy is now a priority. Europe wants full control over its defense technology. Platforms like the Gripen promise sovereign control and technology transfer, appealing to nations seeking independence. The debate is no longer just about specs, it's about who holds the keys to national security. Europe is demanding true partnership, not just procurement. Boeing's troubles and Europe's defense independence are shaking the transatlantic economy. Lost contracts mean lost American jobs and weakened supply chains, threatening communities across the U.S. The ripple effect extends beyond big manufacturers. Thousands of smaller suppliers are at risk. America's global influence is also at stake. Arms sales have long been a tool of diplomacy and leverage. As Europe invests in its own industry, it gains jobs, innovation, and bargaining power. The defense market is now fiercely competitive. American firms must fight harder for every deal. This shift is redistributing economic and political power across the Atlantic. The era of automatic American dominance is over. NATO's strength has always relied on interoperability, often achieved through American-made equipment. As Europe diversifies its arsenal, new challenges emerge. Different platforms mean more complexity in joint operations. Ensuring secure communication and seamless cooperation is now a technical and strategic puzzle. This shift also changes alliance dynamics. Europe's growing defense industry means more influence and independence within NATO. A more self-reliant Europe could strengthen the alliance, but only if unity is maintained. The US must adapt to a partnership of equals, not dependence. NATO's future depends on managing this transition, balancing diversity with cohesion. The alliance's resilience will be tested by how well it adapts to this new reality. Boeing's struggles and Europe's ambitions mark a turning point in transatlantic relations. American dominance in Europe's defense market is giving way to a more competitive, multipolar landscape. Europe is asserting itself as an independent security actor, demanding more control and cooperation. US firms must now compete on trust and partnership, not just technology. This evolution brings both friction and opportunity. Alliances will be tested, but could emerge stronger. The future of Western security depends on adapting to this new era of shared responsibility and mutual respect. True strength will come from cooperation between strong, sovereign partners.